So, following Stalker 2's rough launch riddled with bugs and performance issues, GSC has just dropped their first batch of major updates. And naturally, that's left a lot of people asking, is now the time to jump in? I'm not going to bore you with reading out the patch notes, you can find those anywhere, and I'll link them below if you're curious. But if you've been holding off on Stalker 2 because of its problems, you're probably wondering if the updates have finally made it worth your time. Well, the short answer is maybe. Well, if you're someone who wants the full, polished, and complete experience, I'm going to say no, it's not quite there yet. Bugs are still a thing and performance issues are still there in plenty, and some features are still not fully implemented. And if you're the kind of person who would rather wait for the definitive experience when everything is in tip-top shape, it's better to sit tight for now. It'll get there eventually, but we're not at the finish line yet. If you want me to keep you posted on when that happens, drop a comment below and stick around. I'll be sure to let you all know when we're good to go. So, why did I say maybe if it's not fully fixed yet? Well, because while Stalker 2 is far from perfect, and arguably far from finished, it's still a lot of fun. Now, this isn't a review, that's coming soon, so hit the subscribe if you want to catch that. But I can say this, Stalker 2 is a playable experience if you're willing to tinker a bit. I can't speak for the Xbox version, but if you're on PC, there are already a few mods on Nexus Mods that can make a world of difference in terms of performance. Pair those with the right in-game settings and you can get it running pretty well. For example, I'm getting a pretty solid 80 to 110 FPS on mid to high settings at 1440p with a 3070 GPU. And there's still problems, like settlements still cause some frame drops, but overall it's pretty stable. Since the recent patch, I haven't encountered any game-breaking bugs, and quest-breaking issues seem to have been mostly fixed. Mods can't solve everything though, so keep in mind that bugs and occasional soft locks might still pop up. So, should you play Stalker 2 now? Well, personally I was itching to play it, and since finding the right performance mods and tweaks, I haven't been disappointed. If modding doesn't bother you, and you're keen as a bean, plus a few bugs and jitters here and there won't ruin the experience for you, then now might just be the right time to dive in. I reckon your best bet if you're dying to play Stalker 2 but worried about the bugs and performance, just grab it on Game Pass. It's a great way to test the waters without committing to a full purchase. And on that note, some quick tips on performance if you do play. Try switching from DLSS to TSR. For some reason, Stalker 2 has some stability issues with DLSS. Like, I was getting a few crashes here and there and some really massive frame drops in towns that would go away after a little while, but for the most part, on TSR I don't experience that anymore. And another weird one, turning hair visuals to low can drastically improve settlement performance. It's kind of random, I know, but it works. So anyway, while it's not perfect yet, Stalker 2 is already a blast to play. And honestly, I'm glad I jumped in now. Knowing that the future updates will improve things gives me a reason to revisit it later for a fresh experience. But what about you? Have you tried Stalker 2 since the patch? And what's your experience been like? Let me know in the comments. Well, anyway, that's all from me for now. I wanted to keep this super short, just a quick update for those who are thinking about it but not quite sure. Anyway, drop a like and a sub if this was helpful, and until next time, catch ya.